Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids. Now you're probably aware by now that Apple announced two brand new iPhones just yesterday, and in this video I want to talk to you about the iPhone 5C. I want to show you some of the features, some of the specifications, and also offer up my opinion, which is sort of mixed, on what was meant to be a budget end iPhone, and it's not really turned out to be that case. Now let's have a look first of all at the iPhone 5C, because there are some really good features on it. First of all, look at the colours. Wow, absolutely gorgeous colour selection. We've got a really bright green colour just here. We've got a cyan blue, a striking yellow, a sort of what looks like a pink, red, salmon type colour. I'm hoping it actually comes out in like a really nice rich red, but it looks a bit pinky and salmony to me. And then we've got a really nice white version of the iPhone as well. Now I'm going to throw in a little bit of humour at this early stage, but if we take a look at the Crocs website, yes, you can get matching Crocs in a nice blue colour. Of course, you can get them in white as well. And of course, you can get them in a nice yellow colour. And of course, green too. So you could go for matching Crocs with your new iPhone 5C. All jokes aside, let's go back to the iPhone 5C page on the Apple website. And I like to do these videos where you get to see what I'm seeing on my screen, because it really does translate a lot better if you're watching along with me. Now this is where we can have a look at the colours a bit more, but with the cases in place. Yes, Apple did announce cases for the new iPhones, and you can mix and match different colour iPhones with different colour cases. I do not know what they were thinking of when they did these cases. They are terrible. They look really, really nasty on the design front. I just don't like them at all. Look at the back. It's got perforated holes in the back, which is all fair enough. It lets the colour of the iPhone 5C show through the case. But there's not even a line up here. You can see where I'm pointing with my cursor here. We could have had a little tiny Apple logo in there, or maybe the word iPhone really small, so it at least lined up and showed through one of the holes in the case. I don't think this is a very good design at all. You're much better off waiting for third-party cases for the iPhone 5C. Moving on, we got some of the specifications here. An A6 chip, 8 megapixel iSight camera, 4-inch retina display. Sounds a bit familiar, doesn't it? Well, what they've basically done is taken the current iPhone 5 and transported that, put all of the insides of that and the screen into a polycarbonate or plastic casing. So this is where we were really expecting them to actually give us a budget end iPhone, and in fact it's not that cheap. Let's go across and just look at some of the features again. So we've got the colours to choose from. We've got a really nice design, and don't get me wrong, yes, it is plastic. Plastic is normally termed a cheap material to use, but they've done it in one piece. They've glued a metal structure inside the case to make it really solid feeling in the hand, so hopefully they've done a good job there. The cases I've already talked about, absolutely awful. Here we've got the A6 chip, which comes from the iPhone 5. 10 hours of browsing time, 10 hours of talk time, 10 hours of playback. That's a good battery life, so we should get all day use from this one. We've also got ultra fast wireless, more LTE networks actually supported in the iPhone 5C, so a little bit of a tweak in the specifications there. We've got the same iSight camera on the back. On the front, we have got a new Facetime Hd Camera, so a little bit of a change there. That should result in clearer video during video conferencing, and when you're taking those front-facing selfie pictures, or maybe you're recording video using that front-facing camera, should result in a better result with regards to quality. But it is primarily just an iPhone 5, but in a plastic case, and this is where I think Apple have gone wrong. The pricing is not as cheap as it should have been. We've got a 16GB model here. If I just select perhaps a white one, you can see the prices highlighted here. 16GB in the UK, £469, or 32GB, £549. That is just too much. They were trying to appeal to a different audience with this particular phone, and that is not the right price point to come in at. In an ideal world, it should have come in at £369 or £449. That would have made it a lot more affordable to a lot wider audience. Or even if they couldn't have met that price point, maybe start off at under £400 at the £399 mark. I just think it's priced incorrectly. It will be a nice phone, don't get me wrong. I've used an iPhone 5 with iOS 7 on for quite a few weeks now, and it will be a very nice experience for users, but the price point is just too high. Now when you look at the US pricing, again, if we select any colour here, we can see it starts from $99 for a 16GB model and $199 for a 32GB model, and that is subject to a 2-year contract. So that's it. My opinion overall on the iPhone 5C. Of course, it will be a fantastic success. I do like the colours. I think they will have done a good job using quality materials, don't get me wrong. I think they've really designed it beautifully. One thing I did want to say on the white iPhone 5C, if you look at this one, wouldn't it have been nice if it had had a white bezel on the white one, and maybe a gloss or a contrasting finish white Apple logo just here, and maybe even a contrasting finish white iPhone lettering on the back as well, just so that it stood out from the rest. They could have even got away with charging maybe an extra £10 for a limited edition white version like that, or just made it the same price as all the other ones. That would have been a really nice touch to the white version. Overall, my impressions are mixed because I just think it's priced too highly. Now before I sign off in this video, I will let you know I have made another video on the iPhone 5S, which was also announced. If you look in the video description or click the annotation on your screen now, you can watch that other video to hear my opinion and see all the details about the iPhone 5S. So let me know in the comments section below what you think of the iPhone 5C. Will you be picking one up? Which colour will you choose? And do you think it'll be a popular model for Apple? Do you think it will be a big success? I certainly do. Thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.